Hello. Welcome back to the Bards Tale, presented by Initiative Coffee Company. Last time, on the Bards Tale, many things happened. What things happened, Tyler?
So we crashed on an island and got all Gilligan's Islandy, and then we went to sleep, and then some pirates came, and we killed all the pirates, and then, well, we killed most of the pirates, and then one pirate ran away, and then we followed him, and I put him to sleep, and then we killed a pirate captain, and that's where we're at.
Yes, 5 pirates surrendered to the party. Yeah. And Mateus
Oh yeah, he tried to get him
sent
Oh,
a
yeah, I
message
whispered a
spell
thing.
to try to convince one of them to kill all of his friends.
Yeah.
Mateus, I need you to make first a stealth check to stealthily cast the message spell.
Oh, man. That's not good. A 9.
You're successful in your stealth check. And I need you to cast a persuasion check to convince him that it's not shenanigans.
Yeah, blow on those days.
It sure looks like a 7.
Persuasion, you said?
Yeah.
12.
You're a bard, you should be good. Roll a perception check.
Yay.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
15.
You notice as the burliest of pirates starts to eyeball his friends, crewmates will say at this point they may or
Co-pirates?
may not be friends.
Yes.
And is looking sullen and a bit forlorn.
Aw.
Is the message spell still active? Or do I have to
You only
recast
get
it?
you
to
only get to
whisper?
send one message,
Oh.
and then he can respond if he knows it's a message spell, but he thinks it's his conscience. So
Way to go.
no, you could cast it again.
I'm going to cast it again.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Another chance to be caught.
Stealth again?
Stealth again, yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
12 stealth.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Come on. I guess I got to be a little more piratey. Come on. Do it for conscience.
He kind of like looks over to you and he's like, "Are you casting spells at me?
What?
What?
Hmm?
Huh?" He looks
Kind of like duck behind a tree.
He does still look a
Way
bit
up
confused.
I
All right.
quit while I'm not ahead.
I
So
think
it's-
that's quite enough nonsense. If you would all line up and tell me your names.
Look at Queen Fancy Britches over here.
I line up.
I mean, you know my name, but I guess.
I'm not doing that.
Not you,
line.
the gentleman.
The pirates don't know what a line is.
They line up, and their names are George, Miguel,
How do you spell
Really,
that?
George and Michael?
I thought it was John Paul.
George, Miguel.
What are you, taking attendance?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Felipe.
Is that with 2 L's?
I am not trained in letters.
It makes sense. You.
Stephen.
With a V or a PH?
It's
He's
important.
not trained in letters.
None of them are trained
And
in
one
letters.
that refers to himself as number 4.
Aha. Sorry, mysterious. I like your candor.
Number 4, you notice, I won't even make you make a perception check because it's obvious, but he is staring at you. And not like in a terrified way, more like a, way. And he's getting more and more excited as the moments go by.
Oh, nice lady.
I'm gonna scoot
we-
on over to the hut and get my dagger back.
That's a good plan.
Excited how?
Yeah.
Like,
Can I roll? So we don't have sense motive anymore. Do
it's
we?
insight now.
Insight.
Are we talking like
I'll roll
know
an
what?
insight.
Not like
respect for your teacher excited? Or
Or
Oh,
teacher,
gosh.
excited.
right?
I got a 3, all things considered.
so you rolled a 1 then.
Yeah.
You can't really get a good.
Considered.
You can't really get a good like. He's tough to read. He's just like beaming right now.
Can I
It's
roll
not-
insight?
You can roll an insight.
Gross.
It's not every day that someone would get to
13.
13.
have
So,
attendance with the more.
You realize that he's not like staring at her lady parts. He's staring at
Well,
her
that's
Triton
good.
parts.
You mean, yeah.
Like,
Oh, so he's into that.
Maybe he's hungry.
I mean, I don't know.
Or maybe he's thirsty.
Ooh.
gross.
It's got weird real quick.
It did.
He comes up to her and he goes, "They told me I was crazy."
This isn't getting any better.
He thinks you're a mermaid. This is the best day ever.
They told me I was crazy, that you were a myth, but obviously you're real. I saw you and I saw 3 or 4 others like you.
Of course, we're real. What do you think is keeping the world from being absolved by leviathans crawling out from the sea?
Raise my hand. What?
Point of order. You are not the ones keeping the world from being absolved by leviathans.
She would totally think that, though.
He
you
and
mean
clearly
dissolved?
she don't know that.
Did you mean dissolved or absorbed? Because I think you mushed them together.
It's a fancier word if you mush them together.
It's a different word if you push them together with an entirely different meaning.
Yeah. That's not how words work.
I was riffing.
Clearly.
It is our greatest and grandest duty as a race to save you all from what may have escaped from the plane of water.
So you're real then. He like approaches you and tries to like touch your face.
Absolutely not.
He
Well-
touches your hand instead.
Well, if this weirdness is going on, I'm sneaking around looking in barrels.
There's lots of stuff in the barrels.
Cool.
Lots of stuff
Like
in barrels and crates.
Golden fish and weapons and things.
No, so surprisingly, there's not a lot of valuable things.
What are they, like junk pirates?
No,
Like salvage
roll an
pirates.
insight.
What are these garbage
13 again.
pirates?
You notice that there are 5 pirates here, for a total of 9 if you include the ones that you killed, and there's betting for 30.
Oops.
And it appears as if you get the idea that anything that wasn't valuable was just left here, and that whatever they could fence, they found
Is
a
this
fence
the island
for.
of misfit pirates?
I mean,
Oh, we
I think
murdered the
most
Lost
pirate
Boys.
islands are the island of
That's
misfit
fair.
pirates.
Fair.
It ain't Neverland Ranch.
Where are we going to find a Charlie in the box?
What?
No?
No.
I understand you.
Wow.
I understand
Good
you.
pull?
Wow. Someone didn't have a childhood.
It's true. You've met my father.
It's true.
This whole time I'm weeping over the body of the dead pirate captain. I said, "Don't you care what his name was?"
Nope.
No.
Is it written on his shirt or something?
It's not, he doesn't have a name tag, no.
It'll give him something to do.
They didn't sew it into his underpants or anything.
No, they didn't get a Sharpie out. And, yeah, there's no like
I-
name tag on him.
I'll check his hat, see if there's a name in there. I'll put on his hat.
No hat.
Taking his hat
You took his hat.
Acquired
Like
one.
that you had his hat before you looked in his hat. Like, you're real sad, but you're still like, it's a really nice hat.
Oh no! The tears are falling while eluding his
He's
just
already
said.
dead. Having a hat isn't going to make him less dead.
He just said he put on his hat. He didn't have it beforehand. That's LARPing, and LARPing is wrong.
Oh.
You can cut that, Bill.
Don't cut that, Bill.
There is no name tag. He doesn't, like, pirates don't wear name tags. I don't know.
I dubbed
Most of
him
them are
the
illiterate,
Great
so...
Pirate
Well,
Yar.
I'll ask one of the other pirates. What was your captain's name? How long did you sail with him?
He was number 1.
6 years. His
Aw.
name was Black Timber. He was named after the mighty forest he came from.
I lived by a forest myself.
That's pretty sweet.
That makes him less dead, all right?
We'll remember him and honor him.
No.
Great.
You might.
I
All right.
I retrieved one of my crossbow bolts from his eyeball. Sorry. you can go back to remembering him now. Pop the eye back in.
Oh.
Pop the other kid and close the eyes.
There you go.
Oh dear.
I need
This
this.
got dark.
Yeah.
It did.
So,
Good day back, everyone.
Right? 20 minutes in, it's gotten weird once. It's gotten dark a couple of times.
Back to the Bards Tale. We're a real story.
so, as you're having this conversation, dawn is finally breaking.
Oh.
I don't know if you want to do anything about the fact that dawn is breaking. I mean, you can't stop it from breaking, but
I pull Iona aside, sidebar. Okay, so a couple things. You seem to know a lot about what just happened the past,
Day.
what was it, 2 days?
2 days.
Day.
With dawn breaking.
as far as
it's been
you're not sure. You don't know how long you guys are unconscious.
Oh, okay. The
Oh,
last
great.
2 business days. Let's-
Good term.
What are we doing about them so that we can go back to having a conversation about whatever the hell that thing was
that you're
that-
apparently protecting the world from.
that you've
Absolving
done a
it.
terrible job protecting us from?
There are a lot of them.
Oh, God.
Point of order, there actually hasn't been one in 1,500 years.
There's one.
I
of
mean,
them.
you can
Something
still
to
tell
let us
him.
know.
You can still tell him there are a lot of them. But
That's horrifying.
Oceans are vast, and so is the plane of water.
Can't say price,
I mean, you
roll,
could.
roll a knowledge arcana. Do you have knowledge
but
arcana?
oh,
I
I
do.
do not.
Oh, go F yourself. Never mind.
But since we're the jacks of all trades now,
Ooh.
It's not going to help you. You got to be
I'm
trained to figure it
actually
out.
man, I
Proficient
rolled
in
super
Arcana.
good.
Are you proficient in arcana?
I
You
am
can roll an
proficient in
arcana.
1.
Natural 20.
So it occurs to you that she's referring to the leviathans from the elemental plane of water, and you recognize that there are 3 other elemental planes.
Oh, Jesus. Whoever that is.
By their power combined, do we get royally boned?
So,
Whoa.
so that one was from the water plane. And there are other planes. So, theoretically, there are other ones of those. Of other elements.
Yay.
That's quite a jump to make.
It's pretty logical. Like, you wouldn't just make one thing of one element if there are a whole bunch of other elements and
Who? Who would make
One
Leviathan?
someone, that one was there.
I mean, they're kind of cool.
This conversation's over.
You know what? Serial killers are cool.
Hey, I do love a good serial killer.
Brian?
My favorite murder.
A murderinos.
Point of order. What are we doing about them?
The pirates?
The
Did I find anything
pirates.
cool?
One of them that seemed infatuated with you, Stephen, he's going around from
Number
crate to
No,
That was number
Number
four.
4. You're right.
Number
you're right. Number 4 is going around from crate to crate right now. And George is still looking at his friends.
So they
In
didn't
a
stay in line for
nefarious
very
way.
long.
I don't think you told them to get out of line. Just saying.
Can
I
I,
didn't.
can I,
Is that all you're gonna say?
Hey, they're not dogs.
can I roll a perception to see
Well,
what number 4 is like
they're salty
doing
sea
at the
dogs.
crate?
Sure.
I would like to do that. No. That's a 7.
He has paper and a writing utensil, which seems odd because he's not super proficient in
Letters?
literacy.
Okay.
But he appears to be doing some sort of inventory.
Okay.
Now?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to him.
Homeboy takes out a pen and paper amidst all of this and decides to do inventory.
He's also not proficient in
Inventory
brains.
is important.
I'm loading a crossbow bolt.
I'm
And I'm
gonna
gonna
walk-
audibly like latch the click. I'm like, hey, I don't remember saying get out of line.
No, I'm gonna walk over to number 4.
You didn't tell him to get in line.
I don't care. What are you doing with the paper and pen, number?
I'm
3.
making you a list of your belongings.
Oh,
Great job, number 4. Good initiative.
Well, now I feel bad.
I mean, I'm making her a list of her belongings, and then you can presumably have some of it. I don't.
oh, it's like
You know
that.
what? That's fair. I don't know you. You don't know me.
Yeah.
Put the crossbow
You did
bolt
just
back
draw
on.
a crossbow on me, so you're out. I'll make you a list of your new belongings.
Thank you.
Do
I
those
like this
belongings
one.
include a ship?
Well, there is a ship at sea. It'll be back soon. It's actually past due now.
Oh.
Yeah.
We should-
I mean, there's a
No.
crew on it
Oh.
Yeah.
of 18.
Yeah, I was gonna say presumably with
We
the other
need passage on a
pirates.
ship.
Who was that ship's captain?
This one or the other one?
The one that is
You're waiting
past
for?
due?
He's an admiral, not a captain.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
We gonna have to fight him too?
It wasn't a silver kobold, was it?
No?
No? Oh, good. Never
Okay,
mind.
everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's great.
Okay.
What?
It's just a question.
It's a weird question. You know what? I don't want to get into the details. Yeah.
But you're gonna put in a good word for us with this admiral, right? We don't.
Oh,
wanna
he's
die.
not gonna accept a good word from us. Our captain's dead. We'll have to kill them all.
Yay!
Oh God.
How many of them are here?
There
There are
were
18 coming back on
No,
no.
no, we won't have
How
to
many of
kill
them are
anyone.
here?
the. There are 5.
There are 5 here, and there are 5. So there's 10
Iona.
versus 18.
Tell them
This
we don't
is-
need to kill anyone else.
we might have to kill a lot of people.
Tactically, killing is not always something that has to happen.
I mean, we could always parlay.
I don't know what. I am a pirate, so tactically, killing
Killing
is
is the
kind of
best
what
way.
we do.
Well, I am the daughter of a war general, so we have some resources at our use that we don't have to just kill people.
All I heard,
Oh, what
Sidebar?
resources did you bring?
all I
Aren't
heard was
those
my daddy's
resources-
important.
Aren't those resources like
Underwater.
leagues and leagues under the ocean?
It's the resource is knowledge.
We're bummed.
Yep.
Perhaps you could knowledge them to death. I don't.
It's called speaking.
I'm gonna just sidebar real quick. Do you know how pirates work? Is this your first day? Are you new here?
I mean, yes.
Pirates bad. Pirates kill first, kill some more, kill everybody, and then laugh about it and don't bother asking questions.
Pretty much.
They're making me an inventory of my stuff.
Because you killed their captain, but their admiral is coming.
Not their admiral.
What if
Yeah, their admiral.
Their admiral.
He
What if-
outranks you.
That's how fleets work.
what if the captain wasn't gone?
Are you a necromancer?
No, 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 no.
I don't know what that is, first of all.
Are we gonna
Second of
are we
all,
gonna weekend at Bernie's this?
No, we can do something better.
I mean,
I'm
and
gonna go get a really good look at the captain's face.
I was gonna
Just a
say,
really
like,
good
how
look.
big is his clothes? Like, what?
Yeah, what does he
length
look-
Was he?
What length?
Yeah, like length measurements, width, bust,
He was
underbust, waist.
6'2" and like 300 pounds.
Underbust?
300 pounds.
He outweighs me.
Did we all make our characters skinny like we wish we were in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I.
Mine's about the same, just bald.
Oh yeah.
Can,
no. I might be able to pull this off. I have this guy's self.
Yeah. There's
I think
We can put
Okay.
mattress padding in the clothes.
I don't even need like the. I can make myself appear a little taller, a little shorter, a little wider, a little thinner. I could do this.
See? You don't
Maybe.
have to murder all the time.
I might need that hat.
Okay.
You are wearing a dead man's hat.
I
so,
am.
I mean,
Put it on top of my hat.
I don't know. It seemed a little bit like a hat on a hat.
It's hatception. It's hatception, my friend.
Do you have the phrase a hat on a hat?
So when were they due back? You said they're actually past due.
Yeah, they were due back yesterday. But then we saw a giant monster off the coast, and so maybe it delayed them.
maybe they're not.
Maybe
coming
they're
back.
not coming back.
Oh. Wow, it was super egotistical of us to think that a giant city-sized monster took out one ship.
boat.
I mean, those Bloodhawks did seem real into us.
Sure.
But there might have also been other blood.
There could have been more.
Yeah.
I was also sitting on the highest point of a ship
And
holding
saw
fish and condiments
Yeah,
that
you're-
might have had something to do with their interest.
You were a target. Well,
So, what do you say,
So-
since these guys seem to be fairly cooperative with us, or at least with you, let's merge camps?
hey, pirates, which one of y'all can keep a secret?
George,
What?
can you keep a secret?
Yes.
She's like down on her hands and he's like, "Can you keep a secret, George?"
Miguel?
No. Get a crossbow bolt ready.
Is this? We don't like the Admiral, so if the plan is to kill the Admiral, we're all for it.
Oh,
Well,
How did
then
the-
we can make an excellent sabotage.
How did the 17
pronounced
people on the
sabotage.
Admiral's ship feel about the Admiral?
Slightly better.
because they're with the admiral.
I just
Slightly,
want to make friends with the
or-
Admiral.
Well, considerably
Sounds like
better
an
because
experience
they
seaman.
didn't get left behind by the Admiral to stay and watch a camp and then get attacked by
You
a
said you had
fish lady
two
and some
ships?
other folks.
You said you had 2 ships and the Admiral's away on one of them?
We had 2 ships.
Oh.
One of them is gone now.
Man, between the ship being lost and your captain dying, this really isn't your week, is
It
it?
has not been a good week in terms of business. No.
Sorry for killing your captain.
No, you're
Really
not.
sorry.
He is.
You know,
I'm so
he's
sorry.
very
You
sorry.
know, I genuinely, I think
Don't know. You seem too sorry. What?
it evens out.
I put the guy that came back to sleep. I wasn't trying to kill nobody, but then the captain was all like, "Rawr," and so we kind of had to.
I don't remember him saying "rar."
He
but-
did.
Yeah, he's quiet.
Okay.
He had listen closer
What?
next time.
Oh,
Oh,
I've dropped my
Skylar.
spells.
So
People are gonna
we
die.
need to go, but like we
Well,
don't
I mean-
have a means to do so.
I would also like to posit, I'm very tired.
Yeah, can we
But there's a beautiful fire moon on the rise.
right. That
it's brand new for him. It's true.
sure.
Fire moon
Fire moon.
I like it
Yeah, the
a lot.
the fire moon.
on the rise. There's
Yep.
a fire moon on the rise.
So
That would be
I
a
would,
hell of
I
a
would
shanty.
very much,
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Fire moon on the rise.
I would very much like
Sleep
to
would be nice.
go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Hey George,
Yeah.
if we sleep, are you guys gonna kill us in our sleep?
No.
Cool. You guys want to sleep?
Please.
I am sleepy.
Do you give us your most piratey word that you won't kill us?
Pirates honor? I don't know. We're
No,
pirates.
we're probably going to help them kill the admiral who they hate. They would like more firepower.
Hate is
behind
a
them.
strong word.
Do they just really,
Would be
really, really
very
not like him?
satisfied as if he was dead. Is more.
Sounds an awful lot like hate.
Hate, yeah.
Oh, is that what hate is?
Yeah.
So is this
Alright.
is this a similar
If he died,
scenario
I think
where
I'd feel better.
if we killed the admiral, would the rest of the crew fall in line behind us?
Probably not. They're
Oh.
much more loyal to the admiral than we were to the captain.
Oh, so this is a lose-lose situation. Okay, how many did we kill again?
5.
5-ish.
I'm gonna go recover some more of their clothes. I'll be back, and
Bring some fish, please.
then we'll powwow after a quick power nap. How about that?
Bring some fish.
Yep.
Please.
Might need some help.
I'll go with you.
I'm
can
not
go
super
get
strong.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
All right, so we're gonna go recover some of the provisions,
Clothes
Take
and
food.
Sebastian with you. He can carry a lot.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Sebastian.
He's really
Yes,
good.
Sebastian.
He's really good at athletic things. Like, really good. Like, way better than he should be.
Yup.
He sure did not drown real good.
Yeah.
For a
Did a
horse.
great job swimming with those.
Proud of him.
Those
hooves
hooves.
of his.
Look, we're not going to question it because we're not quite sure how I got onto the shore, okay?
It's true. We're gonna make questions
The
about
waves.
hooves. Then
The waves.
feels a bit racist to call them hooves. I'm sorry.
They're feet. They're hooves. Just call them what they are. So yeah, let's go back to our camp, get provisions and fish and uniforms, and then sleep.
I'm gonna. Hey, pirate friends, who's hungry? Hands up. Anybody? All right, we'll bring some fish back for you
Yeah,
guys.
all right.
Okay.
Do us a favor and bury the dead while we're gone.
Oh, I'll help with that.
Or burn, or whatever you
I
get.
thought you wanted to sleep.
After we buried Black Timber, of course.
Okay.
Who's apparently your best friend now.
He's like Luke
All right.
Rivers.
Everyone
have
is
to.
Skylar.
Everyone is
All right,
Skylar's
little buddy.
friend.
It's all right.
We got you.
So that is the plan. Then you're gonna go back to.
Yeah, we're gonna
your
grab the
camp.
stuff, come back here, and then
Sleep.
collapse.
Since we're heading towards shore, could I roll perception to see if I see a boat coming? Or would they not
Yeah.
be coming from that way?
Well, you can see like a shoreline where they're like, oh, the boat will come from that way from this camp.
Okay.
There is no boat
Cool.
on the horizon.
Neat.
So we probably have sleepy time.
So far, so good.
You can see like
A while.
a while. There's like a
I think-
like a bluff, so you can see a good probably 20 miles, 30 miles.
We should be able to set a watch and still get a full rest.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, let's
Okay.
make one of the pirates do it.
Well, we rotate.
No, let's make one
See,
of the
that's
pirates
what
do it.
a team does, so that he's also not exhausted, so that he
He
can
was asleep
also.
when we got to the camp. He's
kill.
fine. He's fine.
Iona is royal.
You don't have to take the first watch.
Talking about.
Right, we have more people to watch.
We're alive
Your-
because you
your
took
fancy
the last
headband
one.
doesn't mean You're all welcome.
You can have a rest, good buddy.
I'm gonna sleep real hard.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
So you guys are bringing food back to this camp to rest, or you're gonna take? Okay.
Yeah, because this one has mattresses.
Sure. So it takes you about 20 minutes to get back to the beach.
Cool.
What all are you grabbing up?
Putting up like just pouches. I got like the linens, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
bundle up some fish in the
All of his
linen.
condiments and fish.
Gross.
Ugh.
No, it's all salted fish.
It's just salted fish in a pouch.
In the sheets.
Yeah. You're not gonna sleep in them.
OSHA
now.
has no
Not
problem.
anymore.
Eating in bed, bedroom Hitler.
We're using the other campsite because there's. I'm not having this conversation with you. No.
They-
Of all
Nah,
the
I would
years
have had
in
to ask
service.
before we leave. I was gonna see if
Never
they had
seen such
a
a
her-sized
whiny-
barrel we could
whiny
bring filled with
lieutenant.
water for her.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it takes you about 20 minutes to get back to the beach where you came ashore. You bundle your stuff up.
Oh, should we bring the other crew members with us?
the
come
ones
back.
that are
Burying
dismembered and sick?
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe.
do that. We should
Oh,
probably-
right.
From your boat.
Yeah,
Sure.
There were four of them.
Maxwell, Griggs, Alabaster, and Squall.
My friends.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
This
all
is
the
going to be
names.
a difficult campaign for everyone but Skylark.
Yeah,
Who
we should bring
remains
them with
upbeat
us.
in the face
No,
of
don't
adversity.
kill them.
They're already dead.
It's a dragon. Don't kill it. It'll be my friend. It tried to eat you. He was hungry.
It was just trying to hug me with its teeth.
So you guys spend the 20 minutes, well, 30 minutes because you're carrying stuff, to get back to the pirate camp. And as you're about, like,
I'd like to have a conversation during this. Like, we're
Sure.
not just silently trudging along.
Yeah.
This isn't,
Yeah.
playing taps while we march towards our inevitable doom. So, like, after we've bundled up all the stuff and we've kind of logisticized this out, we'll start walking, and I'll be like, "So, Leviathans, huh?
Yeah.
Want to give us a little crash course on what the
Frick-a-frack?
free world that was?
Sure. So Leviathan is more of a general term for really big, powerful monsters that come from the plane of water and
Or
have
fire, air.
No, those are different.
They're different? Okay, cool.
This is
They
D&D. They didn't
mostly
just
live
call
in
them
the sea.
air leviathans. Come on.
They often have some sort of like, they all have like little different tricks, like some
No,
have
I
mucus
don't know
and
how
some
they have
have
sl-
slime, and if you can't breathe underwater, sometimes it'll make you have to breathe underwater for like an hour.
Roll a knowledge arcana if you have it.
20, not natural.
You realize she's referring to aberrations?
What?
And those are different.
Yeah, those don't sound like
Correct her.
correct. No.
I thought you said an aboleth was a Leviathan.
No.
No.
No,
she
yeah,
didn't.
that sounds more aboleth-y from what my father told me. Aboleths aren't that big. Aboleths are not as big as the thing that almost ate us.
That's true. But we fight them too.
As you guys start to walk away, Griggs kind of
Falls
looks up
over
and he
dead.
goes, guys, I only have one leg. Can I get a ride or
Oh, I assumed
something?
someone
I
was
assume
like,
someone was.
you know,
Oh,
shouldering
well,
him.
Yeah.
Hobbling him along.
He's not unsupported.
I just assumed he was like sitting leaned up
God,
against
no, he's
like
not
a crate and
unsupported.
just like
Can I-
watching you guys leave him alone.
I'm gonna, cause we said
Because
there-
that seems like you.
we said there are trees. I'm gonna look for a branch that's big enough that he could use it as like a crutch, or like something to kind of help him walk.
Sure.
Yeah.
He lost a leg yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in pain.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe we
also
can just
help.
make like a quick
Wait.
out
Can
of
we,
branches and
how about we
twigs.
just throw him on the pony?
Yeah.
Because the pony's carrying a bunch of stuff. Can
How
the
about we
pony
just
carry them both?
throw him on the pony?
How strong is your pony? Is your pony the strongest pony?
Yes.
He's the most prettiest of ponies.
Uh-oh.
So no.
So we had hammocks,
Ponies
right?
could carry a lot.
We could just put like some sticks and make like a, what is it,
A
a dolly for
stretcher.
him or something, or a
Yeah,
stretcher.
Sure.
Can we make that? Is that a basic enough construction, or am I going to end up with a pile of nails and wood again?
Look,
Listen,
I'm not the one that wanted to build a house on the beach.
Leonardo DiCaprio made a stretcher out of like a pine branch.
I thought you were going to say Da Vinci for some reason. I don't know why.
Can we make a stretcher?
Yes, you can make a stretcher.
Somehow I think Da Vinci would be more reputable there, but
Yes, you can make a stretcher successfully. Who's going to carry the stretcher?
I figure we could just tie it to the back of the horse, so the horse isn't so much carrying it as it is
Drag it.
dragging
So you're
it.
making a sled.
yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, a
Just
litter.
Potato,
A litter,
potato.
yeah, a litter.
That's fine.
Can't
Yeah.
think of anything that could go wrong being tied behind.
There's a lot of roots
A horse.
and
And poop.
poop coming out of a mule or a pony, but that's the way it goes.
It's
We
not
wanna-
like horses
wanna tie 'em
just
to
That's canon.
constantly
Pony.
poop while they're going.
Whether to be dragged in a stretcher with no legs.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Get your copy of the Bards Tale available now on iTunes.
It's definitely not mailable now on iTunes, so
But maybe someday.
could be. So you guys, with that dealt with in whatever way you decide to deal with it, you can go back to your conversation about Leviathans and your seemingly uninformed person.
So sorry, I was talking about aboleths, but Leviathans are much bigger.
Yeah.
You all get the impression that she's correct.
I get the impression
Do
that
we
she
now?
doesn't know what she's talking about 90% of the time.
I do, I just had a
Where did you
Correct, miss.
learn some of this?
She points to her crown.
Your crown, does it talk to you?
The
Does it
first of
intend
many
to?
times I will simply point to her crown to make her point.
Crowns aren't supposed to talk.
I go, got it, okay. What else did your dad tell you? Does your,
Oh.
You earnestly have no
No,
idea about.
I don't know what that thing was.
Based off context clues, you're pretty sure it's some sort of primordial being.
Based on
But-
context clues, I think it's some kind of primordial being.
But beyond that, you don't have
Beyond
any.
that, I have no idea.
I can't believe you don't know what they are.
You don't seem to either. We're getting all of our information from this one.
Her
That's
dad.
From my
Fury.
dad.
It's purely because I misunderstood the conversation Brian and I had earlier to this roleplay session that we were having right now. Sorry.
Wonderful.
That's okay.
Story's dad's close.
And still, it's canon.
What would I know that I can properly tell them?
You know that they're powerful beasts from the elemental plane of water. That
Yes.
they're ancient primordials that were fought. They slip through occasionally. This is the first one in 1,500 years. It's your species' obligation to deal with them through some sort of ancient treaty. You don't know who the treaty was with.
Okay.
And
feel
that there are
like I
many
said
types of them.
Most of that.
The camera says different.
Anyhoodle.
So
what they are.
she
Anywho,
doubles
you
back
know.
over her notes in a book we haven't seen till now and goes over those with us. Yes, yes?
Sure.
Sure.
Huzzah.
I'm good at
As
it.
you go through and find your journal, apparently.
That is
you-
a thing I have.
Yeah, you find that note. But
She was taking names down in something, so I assume she's got like other
Yeah.
notes.
Yeah.
you
A
find
journal.
But
it
you
came with my stuff.
you find the note that you
I really
found.
hope that when
Okay.
we get the inventory back from the pirate who doesn't know what words are, it's
Oh,
just
wait.
like really detailed pictures of things with tick marks next
Really,
to them.
He's got a
really
gift for
detailed,
artistry.
This
tiny pictures.
It's like he's got a gift for artistry, not so much letters.
Why is this man excited? That's a Y. It's a letter.
What?
Also, what are you doing with my notebook?
All right, we get back to camp.
Are you guys having more Leviathan conversation on the way back to camp?
It doesn't sound like we are. I don't think we're gonna have any more Leviathan conversations till we learn more about them from like a more.
Reputable
source.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the college, you know, something less dicky because that's not me out of character, Brian.
As you get as you get about 10 minutes from their camp, you start to smell the smell of cooking pork.
They burn their dead.
Pork or like long pig.
What you call people?
Pork?
Okay.
Pork.
Just checking.
When we get back, are all the dead bodies gone?
No.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
pork. It's not long pig.
Hey,
They have meat, they have provisions.
I'm just making
It's a
sure.
camp.
I don't need
We're
to be eating
doing
no
something
people
nice.
today.
I mean, the difference between a corp and provisions is 2 hours and a butcher knife. So,
I smell
It's-
pork and I start walking faster.
Look, it's not cannibalism if you're not a human.
Oh my.
oh,
I start walking faster.
Mind blown.
It's
oh right,
I've never smelled this smell before.
She might not have.
that's true.
that's very true.
You're gonna like this.
That's amazing.
Or, because you're an adult now, you might really hate it, since it's probably gonna kill you.
Do you have to have like bacteria to eat
I
pork?
don't know. Is that a thing?
I can't imagine it isn't.
What do you know about science, Brian?
Please.
Enlighten us.
I don't. No, I
It's
won't.
a thing for red.
You know
I
what?
don't know if it's a thing.
That's
for
a
pork.
personal thing in my life, and I'm not willing to share it with the internet.
Please, can my fictional character eat some pork now?
Yeah, you get back to camp, and there's a fire going in the middle of camp. There is a small amount of pork cooking on
I
the
will
fire.
run right up to you guys, throw up, and then I'll say, "Please tell me you brought some fish."
Do you not? Wait.
Is your
Are you-
body unable
are
of
you-
digesting pork?
Are you projectile vomiting
I
as you approach
physically
us?
can't eat pigs. They're
Friends?
Too cute.
all my friends growing up were pigs. So I just can't bring myself to eat it.
We have fish. You'll be fine. You can eat fish.
child.
Sweet
You-
angel.
I'm
my.
gonna find a mattress and take a nap.
There are many tents with many mattresses. There is also pork cooking and a fire with room for fish, if
I
you
would
wish
love
to
to
cook
fall
fish.
asleep to the smell of pork.
That's
sounds
what I'm gonna do.
delightful.
Okay.
I'm jealous that Nadir gets the best sleep.
They were all so smart and loyal to me. I taught them tricks. We played in the woods. We'd go looking for mushrooms and acorns.
Okay,
Okay.
Mowgli, calm down.
There was Henrietta and Lucy.
Skylark's not going to get a good
Wilbur.
night's sleep today.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
I take the fish off Sebastian and I say, "It's all right, buddy. Just go bring these to the fire.
Okay.
We'll be right there.
Okay.
Run along.
Oh.
It's okay."
You're a good man, Michael.
Yes, I am.
Yes, that is my name.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have a piece. I'm gonna go have a piece of pork and eat it on the way to a tent, and then collapse inside of the tent and sleep.
Okay.
I'll
I
start up.
don't, I don't even make it to a tent. I just eventually face plant.
It's sandy. You only
Oh.
take 1 point of damage, but it heals because you sleep.
Because you
Yeah.
sleep.
I'll start up on like the cooking, I guess, to make sure everybody's fed because we might have a large fight on our hands soon.
Okay.
So I start the cooking.
You guys are sleeping?
I will take the first watch so that I can read this letter I've just found.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you like me to read it to the camera?
I don't care. It's up to you.
Okay. I'll
You don't
read
have
it
to.
to the camera, but not to anyone else.
Then don't read
Then
it.
don't read it.
Horrible.
Because we're just...
It's either a secret or it's not.
Plot
It doesn't get
device.
to be a third-party secret.
Like
This
not
isn't a
only
third-person narrative.
Interesting.
Read it or don't.
All right. I'll read it, but then I'll tell you all about it in the morning because you're sleeping because I'm taking the first watch.
He's actively standing at the fire right now.
Okay.
I just noticed she's sitting by the fire,
She's
like
just orating to
Orating.
herself.
she's just sitting here holding a letter and going,
My dearest Iona, I hope this letter finds you well. What are you doing?
It's a little bit that.
Oh.
Not gonna lie to you. Okay.
Frickin' bards.
I found a letter.
Oh,
I'll read it to you.
I'll read
Like,
you
what
a
are you
story.
sure.
Hoo boy.
Why not? Why not? I could use some entertainment while I'm cooking these fish.
It's a little scary.
The letter is scary?
Just wait. Dearest sister, as you have clearly discovered, our ancient obligation has reemerged. A leviathan has found its way through a rift from the aquatic realm. The primordial must be stopped, and my hunt call has been set to the task. Father implores you return home, though I know you won't. Not yet. I am sorry we could not stop the abomination before it destroyed your surface walker. Nevertheless, we saved all we could and sent those we couldn't to shore. If you won't return home, stay to the shallows. The depths are rife with terror as not seen in generations. Dearest admiration, Catfell. It's my brother. P.S. Find those such as you trust and keep them close. If leviathans have found a way through the rifts, so too may have the other primordials. The terrestrials will likely be driven from reason.
One of the fish is just burning now, and I'm staring.
I told you it was scary.
So, would you mind if I saw that letter for just a moment? I'll be careful. Huh. Cadfell. I make a mental note for that one later.
Oh my god.
So this is all good. This sounds like stuff. When did you get this letter?
It was just in my pocket when I woke up. Oh. My brother saved us from dying.
Yay.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa.
I'm asleep.
This all makes a lot more sense
For
now.
2 solid minutes, she's over here just doing this. It's adorable.
Dedication.
Well, I hope you have stationery to send him a thank you card.
Why would I ever travel without stationery?
You're right. How silly of me. So you're a family fish, eh?
Triton, I am the youngest of what once was 4 siblings and is now 3.
If you don't mind my asking, what happened to the 4th?
He died,
Oh,
and I don't know how.
I'm sorry to hear.
Thank you.
Can you feel?
No.
Stop it. First of all, copyright.
We get 5 seconds, that's it.
That's very sad, and I'm sorry to hear. At least you have 3 more.
2, that's how that works.
Oh.
Yes.
She's the third.
So are you? Are you like family really strict? Because it seems like a weird thing that they would leave a letter in your pocket instead of just hanging around and saying hello.
I might be technically neglecting my duty at this point. But I mean, if you can call it a duty. My oldest brother. Oh my God.
I tried so hard.
What is the word that won't make you
There is a
break
word
out
this
into
morning.
4th grader giggles?
She's neglecting duty.
I reined it in so good the first time, and then you just had to go on. Damn it.
I neglected my pee-pee butthole.
You've altered the terrain.
And it starts to rain.
I bet that looks awesome.
Got a mic malfunction here.
Oh, it all fell apart.
Sorry, Bill. I'm so sorry.
I gotta say, you guys are making it really easy to roleplay a 14.
Oh, Lord. Sorry,
be-
Beach.
That'll be a good one. For the blooper
Oh, now
reel.
it's tea stained. It'll look more rustic.
Yeah.
Artisanal.
Oh my God.
That craft paper is now fancy craft paper.
How did you get me from way over there? Jesus.
Ooh.
Very powerful lungs.
We are children.
Has
So
pee-pee
glad I'm not
butthole
alone.
over here.
Thanks, Brian.
I left it duty, but Brian. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. Bringing it all the way back down, everybody.
You stop.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway,
Are you ready?
I
All
regret
right.
nothing.
So instead of duty,
your job or
Responsibility.
my responsibility.
say whatever you want. I gotta rein it in. I'm just gonna control my shit.
You're,
all right?
you're the kind of character that would call it your divine right, I think. Really
That's
pump
say-
yourself up a bit.
You say whatever your mer heart desires.
So
Oh, Jesus.
technically, I may be ignoring my responsibilities at this moment, but that depends on what you really consider a responsibility.
I would call keeping the apocalypse from happening a pretty big responsibility. I don't know what you people call I'm sorry, what they call responsibility deep in the sea, but that's a pretty big one up here. We don't like dying as much on the surface as apparently they like to die
It's
underwater.
not like we like dying. It's the way it's laid out. My eldest brother is responsible to go out and fight the horrible things in the sea and lead people to fight and keep that tradition going within our family.
And where do you come in all of this?
I'm getting to that. The youngest, which is what I am, is responsible for keeping the tie between the divine and our responsibility to murder the horrible things in the sea. So it was my responsibility to learn about our gods and pray and lead others in prayer rather than going out and fighting.
Do I know what she's talking about when she says gods? Because those are a new thing.
Yeah, so you probably have heard of the notion of gods, but depending on how much you buy into it, the official stance from the Imperium is that it's folklore, and that people who worship deities are silly, and that people who utilize divine magic have tapped into forbidden arcane energies. But
They
if you
consider divine magic arcane?
they consider all magic arcane,
Okay.
and divine magic is just you trying to sell off arcane magics as not arcane magics.
Gotcha.
Despite them being too distinct, because the Empire wants to control things.
Oh.
If you live out in the sticks, like, you might have encountered people who are actually priests.
Okay.
But not like priests in the priest sense, priest in like the
Priest.
local wandering pastor sense.
Okay. So
Like,
people
there's
who
not,
say they're
like-
doing divine magic, I mean, do I know anything other than what the Imperium has let out? Because at this point, I have enough to be like, oh, she's a silly person. Because she does.
Ask me about it though.
I could, but I need to know.
So,
what
growing up,
feel
I
about
mean,
it
your
first.
parents were druids, right? So,
Yep.
like,
Is that the same thing? Or is
druidic
that-
magic has always been a different kind of magic than arcane magic, and
It's
it
like
seems
natural
like divine magic is more in line with druidic magic, and there's no way to replicate that arcanely, so you would think like there might be something to it,
Mhm.
but I'll let you decide how much like proof you need to buy into higher powers.
Okay. Fair enough. So to that, I'll just be like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be asking so many questions. I feel like I've taken up a lot of your time, but
We're up.
gods?
Here's the thing. We have gods, and supposedly these gods help us fight these giant creatures in the sea, and when anything good happens, we say that it's because we're a devout race who have a firm grasp and literal marriage with our gods. I can get into that more later. But I don't think that they're real.
What, they help you and they're not real?
Supposedly. I mean, I've studied our culture and our gods my whole life, and things that happen that are good happen because people do something, not because I've prayed. The bad things still happen, and all I've done my entire life is pray and lead prayer that good things will happen. I think that it's just folklore. So I don't feel that I'm abandoning any responsibility when I don't think that it's real.
That sounds super frustrating to be brought up that way. I can't imagine what that must feel like.
How did you grow up?
Oh, you know, like any old regular person would.
Is there a fainting couch this is happening on? Now tell me
no
about your
one's
father.
no one's getting the vapors. No.
No.
Tell me about your childhood.
You know,
Your
same as anybody
parents
else,
leave Chicago.
raised in the capital, born of 2 military personnel. I abandoned that life like my father wanted me to. He wanted me to follow in his steps. He is a sergeant in the Volant
You should
military.
roll that die.
Yeah.
You should roll an insight.
Oops.
Whoops. Oh, I got a 22.
Ouch.
Yeah, he is full of crap.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just told you one of my deepest secrets.
Is that a racial thing?
What?
What you just said.
Deepest.
Get it?
Water.
But
I don't
splash.
like liars. Why would you need to lie about who you were?
I am not lying, and I'm insulted that you would say I am.
You are very much lying. I'm no fool.
Well,
You're not awake.
You're asleep.
Well,
If you guys start shouting, we'll wake.
it's true.
yeah.
I
this,
might be shouting.
this fish is probably yelling at me.
Yeah.
They're trying to sleep, and I would appreciate it if you kept your voice down. The fish needs silence to cook correctly.
There is nothing more important than the truth.
Shit.
Do I hear this?
I'm in
Is this
trouble.
waking me
Roll a
up?
listen check.
A listen check?
In
Or a
your
perception
sleep.
Yeah, that's over 20.
You are brought to consciousness by the shouting
I-
of a triton.
I look up from the sand indentation my body made,
You fell asleep in the sand.
and I
You
yell,
super
"Hey, you
awake.
two, shut up!" And I go right back into my sand indentation.
Do you see what you've done? You've woken whoever that is.
I thought we didn't like
Woke
him.
up that guy.
I thought we didn't like him.
Well, we haven't spoken before today, so you don't know what I'm thinking. He made me a hammock.
It's true.
I quite like the guy. He's just fine.
Sleeping in the sand.
I mean, it looks
I was
cozy.
tired.
It looks cozy.
I'm gonna say
Who am
that
I
I'm
to
still
judge?
a little awake, and I just shout out, "I was tired. I can hear you. I like you. Head back down."
He sleeps in the sand. You sleep in the water. Who am I to judge?
Fair enough. I
All
like
right,
to think
you want
that
some of
I
the
pause
truth.
for a moment for you to see my gills and literal fins coming out of my head.
You just
I'm like,
settle.
that is where I do sleep.
All right. You want truth? I'll lay some truth down on you here. My parents were very much military, but not in the way that you'd expect. They were sent to take back things that were lost. I can't really go into it much more than that, but they were sent to right things that were wrong in the world. And they very much wanted me to follow that lifestyle. I wasn't lying about that. But I am incapable of following the lifestyle that they chose. I am incapable of performing the tasks and upholding the responsibilities that they uphold. They're able to do things that I simply cannot produce. And that's the truth.
That, can I roll an insight?
Yeah.
Just to be sure. Wow, another 22.
Do I have to roll anything? Because
If you don't think you're being deceptive,
that's
no.
not, that's the truth.
It's not wrong. I
Just being evasive.
ding.
Yeah.
I appreciate you telling me a veiled truth.
Snap, snap, snap.
Z-snap.
I don't like the way you said veiled.
Meanwhile, back to the ranch.
All right. So that is first watch. Are you going to wake up one of your party members or just let the pirates continue watches?
I am incapable
Who
of
took
being woken up.
the first watch last round? You. So then it was Joe next, because you took the third one.
Yeah.
I think
know,
I took
this-
second watch.
I thought I was second watch.
You were second.
And then I
that's
was
when-
going to be third watch.
Oh, okay. In that case, so I'd go to LaTia or Lotus, and I
You
would
don't know
wake
my
up. I wake up
You
LaTia's
don't know
character.
me.
We're gonna
And
have
I
to have a
say,
breakfast meeting.
And I knock on the flap and it just woof. And I like
How do you slam a
shake
flap?
the zipper or something. I like tap the wood on the
Roll a listen check, LaTia.
like hello.
How about you just gently nudge?
Just shake
Four.
the whole camp.
Because she looks like Satan.
Yeah.
Would you nudge
But
her
she's-
awake?
But she's so sleepy.
She's so
She's
purple.
not, doesn't wake her up.
Just shake the whole.
I kind of like kick one of her hooves lightly and just like, hey.
All right, he's physically touching you now. You're awake.
What?
Like keep a little distance. I was like, it's your turn.
Your watch.
Your watch. To
We
go.
have
now.
pirates. We have pirates.
I wake up. I don't trust them. I don't know why I trust you, but
Oh, cool.
we witnessed a great horror together, and I feel like that
That
makes us
bonds
comrades. So get up.
Fair enough.
Bonded through trauma.
Okay. I crawl out of it. What's your name anyway?
It's Michael.
Hi, I'm Lotus. And I
Hi,
crawl back
Lotus.
out of the tent.
I back up significantly because it's dawning on me now that she's a purple person with horns and a tail, and it freaks me the hell out.
It's like in the grand scheme of things, Leviathan,
Yeah, we're like
Bloodhogs,
giant horror.
giant poison monsters.
I didn't have time to be worried
Purple
about you,
horn
but
person.
now you're a demon crawling out of a dark tent, and that's intimidating.
Fair.
I mean,
So-
it's daytime, but whatever.
The tent doesn't have a sun in it. It's dark in there. I imagine it's canvas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I crawl out of the tent and I crawl to the fire because I'm still tired.
Okay. You guys go to sleep.
I do go to sleep.
I eat fish.
Is there anything you want to do while you're on watch? Any conversations you want to have with any of the pirates?
Is
I guess?
anybody awake?
The pirates
The pirates are awake.
and the
Aren't
crew
they
members.
And oh right,
Well, I guess it's morning
uh,
for them.
They were
Just
sleeping.
nuzzle back into the sand.
right,
It's warm now.
I mean, Griggs is asleep now because he's missing a leg.
right.
And the common situation for him right now is to drug him to sleep.
Did you take my tent?
Are there enough tents that I would have to?
No. I mean, yeah, you don't have to. There's tents for like 30 people.
I would just
There's
take the
10
next empty one then, because
Okay.
that seems to be your space, bro, and that's fine.
Thanks, bro. No, I look around and I
Little hand
note
rainbow.
all of the
Heroic.
people and how much different they look from me. I mean, I know personally that there aren't many of me. I haven't seen a lot of me. I guess I'm gauging the situation like, is everybody looking at me like I'm weird? As I crawl out of my tent and nibble fish.
I'm passed out in the snow. I
You-
hear the sand.
Roll a perception check.
You are passed out in the snow sand. Perception, 16.
Oh man, it's gonna be
Roll an
everywhere
insight
when I
for
wake
Sarah.
up.
Insight? 20, not natural.
Okay. It doesn't look like any of the crew is particularly like. I mean, it's been pretty traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't know if like it's the adrenaline of trauma that's like letting them not be terrified of you, or if it's just that they're not terrified of you.
Cool.
You have heard that people come to the Glass Shores to kind of get away from prejudices and things. So that might be part of it. They're also pirates, so they kind of take allies where they can.
Right.
But there's no way for you to know.
There's
if-
nothing like what I kind of. Actually, can I make a preemptive insight check into his reaction to me as I stepped out of my tent?
Sure.
My groggy insight check. No, that was a 1.
With that perception check, you do see, just really briefly, some movement in the tree line, but you don't really make out. You can't really make out what it is. Maybe it's like a bird or like
Okay.
a wolf or something.
Oh, okay.
One of those is deadlier than the other.
Unless it's a bloodhawk.
Technically, bloodhogs are still deadlier than wolves.
Technically, I'm still correct.
Yeah. I was agreeing with you.
I'm not used to that.
I'll check up on our crew. So I'll check up on.
Griggs
those.
is one-legged
Right.
and in pain.
Okay.
As
I'll just
he's
like
sleeping.
make sure that they've eaten and.
They've eaten, so they're still pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it starts to occur to you that you're also feeling off.
Oh, great.
And not like in a way that you would expect from like being at sea.
Okay.
You get the idea that it could have something to do with your like proximity to this giant monster.
Ooh.
But not
Sin's toxin.
but not substantial enough to like
Affect me.
affect you mechanically or anything.
Okay.
You're just feeling off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when I'm feeling more awake, I will walk over to where he is sleeping in the sand, and I will nudge him with my foot, and I will say, "Hey, there are tents."
I'm fine.
All right.
There's an ever-growing pool of wet sand
Ew.
where I've been drooling.
Oh, drooling. All right, that's better.
Listen, I don't want to have to take a shower when I wake up.
Well, good.
Yeah.
You won't be able to.
And then
Plus, I'm like all indented. It's like a memory foam mattress.
memory foam
He's
mattress.
got a nice butt groove, not like
Hey.
a front groove.
It's like a
It's a face
you're
groove.
there. Then I guess I'll ask number 4, because he was the one taking inventory. Has there been any sign of the ship?
No.
Okay. How are you?
I'm good. I had to ask George to help me because I'm not good at letters. But
That's okay.
he's helping me with letters, and I'm working really hard to get an inventory for you guys.
Thank you. Can I see what you've got so far?
You can. I'm actually almost done.
I'm so proud of you. I'll
God,
give-
I hope it's just scribbledy cook.
Oh,
Yeah.
But can I have that back so I can give it to the mermaid when she wakes up again?
sure.
Is number 4 like 7?
No.
Just
really enamored.
really
How would you
enamored, I
act if
guess.
you saw a live mermaid?
I've been seeing it for the last 2 days. Doesn't bother me.
We got her to call herself a mermaid.
Oh, holy cow!
There's a lot of stuff here.
I'll give this. I will give it back to him, but I'm gonna take a look at this.
Who needs college? I have
She's gonna
stuff.
take what she wants.
No.
Oh, you guys have so much stuff.
I will say that it's all stamped and labeled with the Hutchinson brand, so you'll have trouble selling it
Okay,
because it's kind of stolen goods.
right.
I mean, it's absolutely stolen goods.
That's
right.
cool.
You're a pirate. I
Reference.
understand. But that's okay. That's okay. We can find someone who might buy some of it, but some of this will be very useful.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Of course.
And then I will go back to the campfire
Okay.
and digest this information.
All right.
She literally eats the letter.
No, I gave it.
No
it back.
one else will know what they
I gave
have.
it back to
I made it in triplicate. No.
Give me the rest of
He
it.
doesn't know letters, but he knows what in triplicate is.
No, he
George
doesn't.
taught him that.
George taught him the perks of in triplicate. George was the quartermaster all along.
You gotta be careful when I drink now.
yeah.
Poo poo butthole.
So
Pee-pee.
Pee pee poo poo. We're fine.
I mean that's pretty much going to be my watch.
Yeah.
Oh, she just saw something cool on me.
All right, yeah, that's going to be my watch.
Okay. Who are you waking up for third watch? Or are you just letting the pirates do a third watch?
I'm going to let the pirates.
fine.
I mean, I'm going to let the pirates do it and go back into my tent
Okay.
with this.
After being well rested, you're tossing and turning a bit at the memory of your childhood friends.
I can still smell them dying around me.
I mean,
Oh, that's beautiful.
The watch, you guys wake up to the sound of noise and lunch being made. It's kind of a great deal for you. You go to bed and eat, and you wake up and eat. And There's pirates to do all the work for you.
Isn't this how everyone lives?
Your privilege is showing.
I have like nightmare flashbacks to like chasing kobolds off the farm. I twitch when she says that.
I'm having nightmare flashbacks to
Funnily
when I
enough,
was
I did
12.
live like
and I
that.
finally learned what pork was.
What do you mean?
Are you still pouring over the list?
Do you just hear the
Uh,
pigs
No,
screaming?
she went back.
Yeah, I went
There was
back-
no third watch. The pirates made third watch.
The pirates made third watch, so I mean, I have it.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
You-
I know what we have.
Oh, okay.
But
But you're not holding a list.
I'm
of
not holding a
things.
list, no,
No,
but I
the-
know what we have.
George has the list.
George
Or,
has the list.
Number 4 has
Number
the
4
list.
has the list.
I like props.
I'm gonna ask any one of the pirates. It doesn't really matter to me. So now that we're like coherent, where are we?
Oh, that's a really good question.
We're on a secret pirate island in the Glass Shores.
Well, so we're in the Glass Shores. We
Mm-hmm.
made it to the Glass Shores.
It's like a pirate horde dumping ground, more or less.
It's Tortuga.
That's where we sort through stuff and
Tortuga.
stage fencing.
How familiar are you with the Glass Shores as a whole?
I'm a pirate.
Sure. It's not the question I asked you, but
I no. You if you killed the navigator, so not very.
okay. Gotcha. Is there
Right.
anybody here who
Oops,
does
all
have a
pirates.
better, a firmer grip of like
Well,
the lay of the
the
land?
The captain did.
Sure. Is there anybody left with air in their lungs that has a firmer grip of the lay of the land around here?
No,
Okay.
no.
If we wanted to get to, I'm not awake. Never mind.
No, you are.
No, you are.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, it's morning.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's evening now.
It's
but
evening.
If we wanted to get to the Glass Shores proper, which way and how far?
You
you
mean
know?
Commonwealth?
Yeah. I
I
mean, you guys
it's like
go
a
to a town somewhere.
5-day trip from here. I'm not a navigator, so I couldn't give you it's like points. Like
It's
that way. I don't know. It's a
Okay.
5-day trip.
so. Are we still like set on hanging around and?
I mean, it's
Killing
a
the
it's a
Admiral?
5-day trip by boat.
No, I figured.
Like you
Thank
couldn't swim it in 5 days.
I can't really swim that much without dying. So
Then you super couldn't swim
Yeah.
it in 5 days.
Would it be wise to walk it?
how do you could?
What?
Are you Jesus?
We're
Across-
on. I mean,
No,
we're
no, no.
on
He
the
said,
Glass
no,
Shores.
we're
he said
on
we're
an
on an
island.
Oh.
near the Glass
Like
Shores.
I see.
the Glass Shores is a large.
Cluster of islands. or
Yeah,
something.
it's and so you're on.
Can we
Commonwealth
walk
is
there?
actually a very small island,
Okay.
and this is the Glass Shores proper, which is why it looks like they're staying as close to the coast as they can. Because when people go into the Glass Shores proper, they often don't return.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. I will leave that lie. Cool. So the plan still seems to be fight a small army of pirates.
I'm wandering
Neat.
among the cargo.
Okay.
Do you have barding for your pony?
He's not going to the Bard School. Just, I mean, he's going with me, but he's not going to apply to be a bard.
No. No.
You are just the sweetest, naivest dope. Oh, I love it.
I love it.
That was so earnest.
It's really sweet
You are going to
suggestion,
make
though.
the cutest belt for a monster someday. I wanted to know if you had any like armor for your horse.
Oh,
Can your
he's
horse?
not a fighter. He's got peace in his heart.
Right, but people might try to kill your horse.
No.
Yeah, and you might want to protect your horse by giving it some armor.
How have you protected it so far?
You put it on a boat.
Point of order. How old are you?
14.
Oh, that explains so much.
I look like I'm 21.
What?
Alive. You're what?
I'm 14 years
Wow.
old.
All right. Well, I didn't sign up for babysitting.
Can I roll insight? Because he seems full
You
of it.
certainly can.
expert in humans.
Wait, so like, does he?
You're no expert
There's
in
a
much,
child
right?
with us. And a
No,
pony.
he obviously looks like he's not 14.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna roll insight then. That's gonna be a bad one. Oh, it's still a 10.
He seems convinced that he's 14.
So he's convinced that he's 14. That's great.
Skylark, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well,
Other than that you love piggies and grew up on a farm.
I did grow up on a pig farm. My father was a veteran in the wars, and then we settled down in the marshes of Volant and made quite a decent living for farm folk. It was a very pleasant childhood. I didn't have many friends, but I had my pigs. They were precious to me.
Yeah, we got that.
Then my whole life changed. I knew I wanted to become a bard.
Did the Fire Nation attack? And my whole life changed. And it's just what came to mind. I'm sorry.
There was an old man named Taliesin, a masterful harpist.
LaTia, roll a perception check.
I think that's a 9.
Okay. Keep going.
And he tried his best to teach me to play, but I just didn't have a talent for it. That was when
LaTia, what's your passive perception? Keep going.
12.
that was when my mistress found me in the woods.
This just got interesting.
I'm
Wait,
not here.
what?
I'm not here.
You're
I'm not
14.
here.
14 and you have a mistress?
What does that mean?
Yes.
Well, mistress is just the female version of master,
You-
so it might not.
Well,
Yeah, it might not be that.
that's how I'm taking it, and I'm just gonna say you dog.
Perhaps you've heard of Lian Shi, the Queen of Autumn.
I'm gonna assume I have.
You roll a nature check.
Is it advantage because my parents is super druids?
No, it's not.
No.
Oh boy.
Because you're not a druid. Hey.
So you you know that in Fey culture there is a thing called the Court of Autumn, but you don't know any of the individuals that sit on that court. You know that it's not great.
No.
It's not like Winter Court bad, but it's like
It's still pretty
Winter
bad.
Court plus mischievous plus sometimes they help, but
Hey,
not
hey, hey,
usually
hey.
bad.
You don't get dibs.
You don't know that
So-
I know what
She granted my wish to become a bard. And it was very painful, but I got a new body and musical skills, and life has been so wonderful since then. I just have a song in my heart everywhere I go, but oh, how I miss her. I haven't seen her in many moons.
I'm so mortified right now. Okay.
I lean over to Nadir. I
That's-
whisper, "Do humans often take new forms?"
So I know I'm going to regret asking this question.
No.
But what happened to your old body that you got the new one?
Well, that brings me to my brother. His name is Trespasser, and he's, well, he needs some guidance. He's gone down the wrong path. He looks a lot like me, just hasn't been blessed with my good looks.
That is a lot to carry.
At this point,
And we
I'm walking
faced
back to
A
them.
see-
Leviathan.
It's like,
It's really like he's the other half of me that I'm missing. I have all this goodness and light and hope in my heart, but I can just tell that I'm incomplete. Do you know what I mean? When
What did
Just-
I walk in on?
More than you'd think. buddy. More than you'd think.
About this time, number 4 approaches you. He
Yes.
says, ma'am, I went through the liberty of inventorying all of the things we have at camp. And then that one took some stuff. But here's the list.
I trusted you, number 4.
He's a pirate.
I'm being sarcastic.
Thank you for taking the initiative to make an inventory.
I thought you'd appreciate it.
I certainly do. Record keeping is very important.
I think so.
What are you,
George,
a
George
sea
like looks at
bureaucrat?
him and he's like,
Poke an eye over her shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go look at the stuff that he inventoried.
it's literally all over the place.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
just looking around.
He was
All right.
watching me?
what?
Was he watching me?
He was still inventorying.
Whatever.
Lotus took two. Lotus took two.
Oh, musical instruments.
Um,
Wonderful.
Ooh.
What were you asking?
Any like weapons?
Cards and
Yes.
dice.
What do we got?
I don't know. You'll have to look at the list.
Oh.
There's some short swords.
There's some short
Nothing
swords.
is better quality than you have currently,
Yeah.
but
Okay. So we have.
Any potions, lotions, tinctures?
Oh, an abacus.
Yes.
That will be helpful.
I don't want to be pedantic, but there are actually 3 abaci.
You're
so you
correct.
did want to be pedantic.
The fact that you said
Oh, and
abaci
some
is
very
super
nice
pedantic.
bells.
Yes.